What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolfbrother Mythos, and this is Wolfbrother Hobbies. Welcome to tonight's show. With me, as always, is the ever amazing, incredibly talented
Rob from the Miniatures Paintbrush. Hello, friends.
Good to have you all here tonight. I was pre-screening this for like uh, I don't know, a good 5 minutes, and I forgot to share this. Anyways, but it has been a really crazy week here, and we're gonna cover up the screen for a second while I share.
The pendulum will swing. The pendulum will swing back to 40K. It always does. Yep, facts. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to play ever since the school year started. So hopefully I can get a game in one of these days. My D&D campaign is running strong. Um, but getting any miniatures game or skirmish games in, it's been really hard to get any Kill Team or Warcry or even Warhammer Underworlds in, or 40K, or Malifaux, like anything. Rain and Iron, that's the one from Vince Venturella. I play that too. It's really good. But I am looking forward to getting a game in this weekend. I think this weekend is going to be the weekend that I'll get a game in, but I don't know what. It's not going to be 40K because I want to finish my Wolves before I go up against the mighty army of the Tau.
It makes sense.
How
Makes sense.
loving, how much love I poured into that army, only to it to kick my butt. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I can get in range. Once I get in range, I'm lethal.
That's right. That's right. Those lethal hits will definitely help.
Yep, absolutely. Um, are you done with hobby time?
Yeah, pretty much. I did. Oh, I do have
Okay.
one small thing I do want to talk about. So
All right.
after talking last week about it coming to my attention that my armor color came out a bit too light, and so I went back and darkened the armor a little bit. But since the rest of the model was painting, I couldn't really do an all over with the. Well, I mean, I could have, but I don't feel like my control is that good. So I couldn't really do an all over like with the airbrush like I would normally have done this. So I ended up using a product that I bought a while back called Noosh
Oh yeah,
from Pro-Acryl to
I have
kind
it
of
on that.
shade and kind of like you would do with oils. You shade it and wipe away. Um,
Okay.
I have some mixed feelings. Like it toned the armor down the way I wanted it to, and I feel like it definitely added some depth of color to it that way. However, there are some spots where the acrylic did dry a little too much, and um, it doesn't. There are some spots where it left the armor looking less clean, which isn't a terrible thing, but at the same time, like I wasn't expecting to do this pristine. I was intending to add a little bit of weathering anyways, but I didn't want there to be any streaks. So a little.
I've never used it before, so I mean, I have it, but I haven't. Is that its intended purpose to like bring down the tone of things?
So it's versatile. Like it's very similar to the way it's done like an oil wash, where You mix it with the paint, and then you apply it, and you can do recess shading with it by just wiping away where it was. You can let it, depending on how much you wipe away, you can let it shift the tonality of the whole thing. And just like when you
Hmm,
do a black oil wash, even if you do wipe away most of it, there's always like some minor darkening of the area,
sure.
but just this though, I didn't realize that the one difference here is that with the oil washes or enamels, you want it to dry for a minute before you start wiping it away, and with the noosh, you want to start cleaning it pretty immediately, So
Okay.
that probably led to just my inexperience with it. Probably led to it drying or staining a little bit more than I wanted.
Luckily, I have a lot of. What I usually do is have D&D models ready to go,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I do all my experiments because who cares?
Fair,
I
fair.
mean, my crew doesn't really care. They're like, painted or unpainted. And I'm like, all right, not everybody's a miniature person. Not everybody's. I gotta remind myself. I was like, what do you mean? This is unforgivable. I'm a miniature painter, and those miniatures that you brought in are not painted. Can I paint them for you? Like, while I DM? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So for my hobby progress, okay, I have done 18 blood claws so far. 18. That's what I got. But I have a total of 40 that I need to get done. So, I did this to myself, folks. I bought 2 boxes, which gave me 20. And then I went online and bought blood claws, 2 more sets of blood claws online. So, because I had to have 2 stacks of 20 running on either flank of the board. Now I'm separating those 2 things. You're gonna have to do things on both edges of the boards, and hopefully your screening is good because my Terminator is gonna drop in your back line and cause
Heck
some
yeah.
havoc. So anyway, that's the idea behind it. Just shove enough bodies at it that you just split your forces, and I just come right in the middle and hatch it in. Anyway, something like that. I'll try that and see if it works. Now that I put it online, everybody's expecting it. It'll never work. But at least I do have a lot more space wolves, not just blood claws. So,
It's
in any
true. It's
case,
true.
I started putting base coats on the next set of 20. So, and this is Amaranth. But I have not finished all because I realized in my hastily building, God knows, an ungodly amount of miniatures. Um, I forgot to put the backpacks on 2 of them. So I went digging through my pile and I digged out some backpacks and put it on there. Actually, I can show you one. I see one of them right here. Just that black backpack with the shaded body. So anyway, I do have unpainted. This is it, just freshly primed miniature that I am actually going to show how I use the airbrush. Again, you can use some dry brushes for stippling as well to do have the same effect, but I value my time way too much, and it's so much easier just to use the airbrush that I'm just going to use the airbrush, and I'll show you exactly how I highlight mine to give it more of I don't know, like that light, almost panel modulation when it comes to no, but not panel, just modulation all throughout the entire miniature, where there's light and there's dark and there's light again. So it kind of looks like really dark, but it's still powdered blue because space wolf. But it's not powdery blue. It's like a sinister powdery blue. That's why I call it Rob
Sinister powdery
Sinister's
blue.
powdery blue formula. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I do that today. And yeah, having a lot of fun seeing the next wave. Go to do the next 20. I'm also going to do faces. I'll probably do that live next week, maybe, maybe this
Very
week.
nice. Very nice.
Anyway, so I can show you how I do that. And then when I'm done with all of them, when I'm done with all 40 blood claws, I'm going to make a video on how to paint blood claws on my channel. And I'm going to post it. And like the grand reveal at the end is going to be 40 of them. It's going to be pretty BA, man.
That
It's
is
going to be
gonna be.
awesome. Yeah, because now I'm not painting individual scale. I'm painting on mass scales. And it's fun. I finally, I think I'm transcending to army painter from hobbyist. But still, Army near Painter to win best in show. I mean, but yeah, well, best Army.
That'll be
We
awesome.
need one of those competitions. It might be nice. Enters competition, loses every match, wins best painted army. Yeah, that's about right. Puts all his energy in painting and zero in strategy. Wait, this is a game?
There's a game involved?
Oh my, what? You roll dice? Oh, this is so cool. So how do you play it? We're at a tournament. Top table in GT. They face the lowest player with the highest.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be just like that game where I found myself playing against the store's competitive player a few weeks ago without realizing it. Whew, that was a short match.
Really?
Yep.
I'd be like, have mercy on me. Let me just take out one unit. That's it. Your weakest unit. Let me just take out that one unit. And then you know what? I had fun this game. Completely win, get all the objectives, do all the other things. Whatever.
That
I killed a unit.
that
I'm
is
happy.
that
My
is how I
army
was
did a
feeling by
thing.
the end. Like, did I kill something? Okay, moral victory.
Right, right. My army did something. I
Yeah.
want my army to do something. I don't want to come in and just take off pieces of the board. Like it's going to be when I play against Tau. All
Brother,
right.
Brother Thomas says, "You mean we don't just drink beer and look at the paint jobs?"
You know?
Hey, that's a strategy I wouldn't be mad at.
Yep. That would be a great strategy. Other hobby news. Still playing Baldur's Gate, the second playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm obsessed with. Um, Anything else? I don't think.
Okay, did I ask you yet? Who is your favorite person to romance in Baldur's Gate?
Uh, well, the first playthrough, I was a little dirty dog and I tried to get with too many people and then they canceled me dating people. This time, I'm just staying with Shadowheart for now. I mean, for this playthrough, I'm going to stay with Shadowheart. And I think maybe next playthrough.
Yeah, I.
Oh.
It's funny. I do want to have one playthrough for each person I want to romance. That's for sure.
uh, have Yankee eggs.
Gamecraft
Uh,
Dragon. Long time no see, my brother. What up,
hey,
nerds?
taco eating buddy. How you doing?
And Darklight Dreamer. Good to see you, my brother. I hope you're doing well.
I am going to shift modes to the painting table, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to try to get this as low as possible, but I'm going to be airbrushing, so I don't want any of the paint to actually get on my camera, which I'm actually using as a stand because, I have a professional rig, but I don't have one for my phone. Uh, okay, let's see. Maybe I could bring it down to about here and then unlock this and put this right about there-ish.
so,
Lock that.
so far I've romanced Lae'zel and Karlach, and I gotta say, so far, Lae'zel's my girl.
Really?
Yep. Excuse me, that's work. Do you mind
I
talking
mean,
to
I
the
need
nice
her.
people for a second?
Hmm?
I said, if you'll excuse me, that's work. Do you mind talking to the nice people for a second?
Oh, yeah. I got him. So, yeah, for me, Lae'zel, I think that's the Githyanki. And she is brutal. From what relationship I've had with her in the game, in she was rough. She likes it tough. Can you see this okay? I hope so. You should be able to see. Looks pretty good. Am I in the middle? I don't even know. Where's the middle? For me, it's over here from my screen. So, all right, we're gonna start over here. So, what I have in this mixing container, which I bought these little service. You can ask a fast food restaurant if they have any extras, or you can buy some, or you can go to a big box store like me and get like way too much. Hundreds upon hundreds of these things. I think I bought them by the thousand, and there's no way I'm going to be using this for the rest of my life. So I can will it to you if you're interested. Several hundred of these. Anyway, I digress. What I'm going to do is I'm getting Amaranth Blue and I'm putting it in there. And yes, the paint is drying right now, but we're going to get some airbrush flow improver and we're going to add this to the mix. And this is Vallejo airbrush flow improver. And this is how scientific this is. Yeah, I'm just pouring it in there. Yeah, whatever. Art is to me, art is not really a science. So I try not to measure anymore. I try to like it's too anal retentive for me. Go put some water in. There he is. I like this. Shout out to CK Studios. Caleb was a Mac and the fellas. We got so many peoples. CK Studios. I went to one of their sessions that had Vince Venturella. Now, what I'm doing is I'm mixing it all together, but I'm also going up the sides of these, and I want to see how well it's flowing. All right, that seems like a good flow. See how the bubbles just come right back down? Yeah, it seems like a good flow. It's a little bit on the thick. Well, let's add some more water and see what happens. I could always do another coat, but I can't take away a mistake. Well, I'd have to repaint it to take away the mistake. All right, there it is. There. Oh, look at that. I'm getting it on myself. This is a true artist form. Okay, now I'm going to take a paper towel and wipe that off right there. And so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be painting up one of these. I'm going to show you how I add the shadows and all the other stuff so it can look something like this when it's done. So you see the brightness on the chest, but not all over the chest. Like this side of the chest is brightened while the other side is not. Yeah, that kind of thing where it goes from dark to light. You can notice it over there, where this is very dark blue, and again up here is very light blue. So we're going to show you all those transitions and goodness. And I'm going to start from black. So what I did was I primered it. My favorite primer to use is going to be Rust-Oleum Camo Black. But if you want to do 2X Rust-Oleum flat black, that would work pretty well. But I do like the Camo Black. There's just something about it that's so ultra matte. It's like doesn't have any types of reflection. It does what it says on the tin. It is a matte paint, and it will matte down your black just about perfectly. Now, they also sell green, so if, I would use that as a base coat to my Flesh Eater Quartz Army because they're like ghouls and stuff, and I painted them green, so that really helped out. So again, we're going to take one of these from black, and since I have the Amaranth Blue and I mix so much of it, I'm going to go ahead and paint all the other ones on the screen so you can see where I put the highlights and why. That's the big one. Why I put the highlights where I put the highlights. It's not in random order. It is bit of a plan. Now, the plan is kind of loose, but, because I don't want to stress out while I'm painting. So here it is. I'm going to take my Sotar 2020 because I broke my Iwata. I used this so much the rubber seal's kind of all worn off. And the trigger, I pressed it so many times that it stopped triggering. And I took it all apart and put it all back together, and still not. But I did have this one lying around because the last brush I'm going to use is my Harder and Steinbeck, because that thing is on like a pedestal right now. I know I'm such an airbrush geek, right? But this one is actually coming in really well. It has a stopper, which I really like, and that usually has like yearly sales. And it's made in the USA. It's been working really well for me. So there it is. So I ruined my Renegade. That's just the brush I learned on. I went to the Iwata, which was great until it wasn't. And now I'm on the Sotar. So I wonder how long it's going to take me to ruin this one so I can go to the Harder and Steinbeck. Talk about going through airbrushes. Anyway, we're talking like 6, 7 years for the Iowata, so it lasted well. Now, some people mix in the cup. I don't do the gumbo. I don't, simply because with such a fine tip, you will get clogged. So that's why I'm not having problems with these. So I'm going to pour this into the container. It's just about full, but not completely full, so I can tip it forward and backwards without it spilling. All right, so let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to do, I should wear a glove, but I'm not going to, is going to test the airstream. So it's not like, there you go. Can I write little? Yeah, okay. Rob. Okay. Let's see. So what I'm doing is first now getting the shadows. Now you don't have to be on this first coat. You don't. It's a tacky coat, and that what that means is that you're just getting the surface ready to apply more paint to it. So you're just getting a quick little once over. As you can see, I'm doing little squirts. I'm not just laying into it, and I'm not even going all the way back. I set the nozzle at 3. And that's how the pullback that I have. So if you do happen to have this airbrush, you know exactly what I'm doing. But there's no need for you to get this airbrush to do this paint job at all. All right. So as you can see, the first layer went down light, but you see this one is going on thick now because that's the second coat, as you can see right there. And I'm trying to get the areas. Now, I don't want to get 100%, but I want to get most of this painted. And I do want to get the underarms because this is going to dry darker than it is right now. Or it should dry darker than it is right now. And it does have to dry. So while this is drying, that's the test model. I got to put it somewhere special so I know this is the test model. I know. I'm going to put it up here on my painting desk. Here's another one that I started. Let's just going to paint this over. And if you have questions, please, please, please put it in the chat. I do not have access to the chat. Mythos does, but he is going to be back. And when he is back, he will read the chats and I will answer any questions that you might have. But basically, I'm going to get all these minis to that same spot that I got the last miniature in there. Now, talk about a little bit about my channel. I am going to have a full tutorial with the nicer camera so you can see even in more detail but this is more like an exclusive where I'm doing it live so you have an idea. But usually I paint a session up and I just pause it in certain areas so I can get techniques like this is how I lay the base coat and then I pause it. And then this is how I lay highlight and I pause it. But usually when I'm painting these miniatures, I have a whole bunch now. Again, becoming more of an army painter and getting through them quick. And I learned how to get through a lot of miniatures pretty quickly, especially when I base coat them and do the initial highlights with the airbrush. Oh my goodness. Army painting has been a dream ever since. Now, let's keep in mind, when I started, it took me a month to do a miniature. Only because every time I needed to find something out, I started using this brand new thing called YouTube that artists were actually posting to. And I used to have like DVDs of painting tutorials and stuff like that. And I think it was a miniature wizard or something like that. Anyway, I used to have these DVDs, and there was no in my day there was no YouTubers, but then YouTubers came out and really classy ones. I learned so much, but it really took me a long time to get these skills. But now, look, I'm with my airbrush and I am blasting through these, as you can tell. So much so that I ran out of paint. Okay, this right here is so liquidy, I don't have to worry that it's drying in there. Plus, it has the flow improver, which is in some form, a flow aid as well as a drying retarder. And the reason why it's a drying retarder because it's liquidy, you know. So it's it slows down the process because it's more thinned down with more additives in it. So naturally, it becomes retarder, which is that slows down the drying of the paint. When I first heard retarder, I said, "Oh my gosh, am I like cussing or something? Am I putting down people?" No. It's by all means, it is a it slows down the drying of the paint, so this way you can blend better with them and do some like one of those silky smooth transitions, you know. Especially when you're doing like non-metallic metals or something like that. You're gonna want more time to mix that paint. All right, I may be going a little heavy on this, so I'm gonna go a little lighter on these. These are gonna be my dark boys. I'm not even doing the arms. Okay, whatever. Right here, the light's gonna come in from here. All right, okay, and from here. Okay. Oh, you got to consider where the light is coming from. I'm hitting in the forward, so it's hitting just the legs, and it'll get a little darker down there. Okay, good. Then the backpack, maybe, and the legs mainly, and that's that. My sweating the. I'm not sweating the technique here. All right, one more. I think I got them all. I hope I got them all. I do have a no. I don't have it all. I do have a captain that I'm going to do. I thought I only had one captain. Speaking of captains and things like that, later in the show, we're going to show those really cool Wolf Scouts from God Kill Team. Sorry. Um, this is a nice all over, and I want them nice and bright. Okay, good. I think that is all for the Amaranth Blue. Just want to make sure that's good. And this backpack, because that was like concerning me. Okay. Did I lose the one that I first? I hope not. All right. Anyway. Oh yeah, this one. There's more. So I think that blasting through these is fun because when you're done with the last one, the first one's already dry. So you can like pretty much continue the stage of the process. So this is literally the only time I'll ever like batch paint anything is when I do the airbrush. That's the only time. So I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to clean out my airbrush. And it's so important that you clean out your airbrush every time you use it as I transition. So while I clean out the airbrush, instead of you looking at nothing going on there, I'm going to switch it back to moi. Boop. There it is. And I'll go back to some tips on how to clean your airbrush. So what I do is I have, let me get this out of the way. That's better. So what I do is I have my trash can here filled with paper. Oh, this is artwork that my family has been drawing in the room, and they just put it in there. It's super absorbent. I like that because we're going to dump some water in there. Now, what I buy is this. I don't know the name of it. I think it's Embellic. I don't know. Chat, if you know. It's that curve thing. This thing is godsend. I have 3 of them. One is for isopropyl alcohol, and it does not evaporate because of this. All right, so you can put isopropyl alcohol in here. It's like awesome. And another one that is my airbrush cleaner, which I used to have airbrush cleaner in there. But what I really have is I have one of those sonic machines to clean it as well. But I don't go that deep every time with the Sotar. If I notice that there's no dry paint in there and I'm really, really diligent about getting everything clean, then it's not really a problem. So let's go. I'm going to get this down. I'm going to dump the cup. Okay, dump the cup into the garbage. Okay, then I'm going to take water. I'm going to fill it out and dump the cup again. Fill it up, dump the cup. Fill it up, dump the cup. Fill it up, dump the cup. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take paper towel. I'm going to squidge it up in there into like a little ball so I can get into the cup. Okay, and I'm going to squeeze left and right. I don't know if your method is different. If your method is different, please, if you're seeing this in the future, please put it down in the chat. You tell me how you clean out your airbrushes. This is my way. I am not saying this is the only way, but this works for me. All right, I'm going to fill it up, dump it out again, fill it up, and then spray it out. And that's how I clean out my airbrush. Fill up and spray out. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, I turn the motor off so the air is only coming on the top. But yeah, that's it for Amaranth Blue. Next, I'm going to do this little highlight, and that's after I clean this up thoroughly. Hey, Wolfbrother, you are back.
I am so sorry. Big
No,
hoopla
life
at
happens.
work. Yeah.
Life happens. There's no apology needed. But you can read the chat. I don't know if anybody asked any questions while I was painting.
Let's see. Darklight Dreamer says, "Hey there, folks. I'm doing all right, but I got to do 2 double shifts over the next couple days. That sounds like it's going to be a tired man.
Yeah,
16
yeah, it
hour
is.
shifts are long shifts."
Mm. Yup.
Gamers with Coffee, Ashley. Hey all, hey you all. Hello there, Ashley. Gamesburger. Good to see you. Uh, People spreading some love to each other in the chat.
Love it.
TMP, my brother, the guy in the modeling HOF, swears by his Badger airbrush. Okay.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
I love my Iwata, but man, I could not make a Badger work to save my life.
They're sensitive. They're delicate. But this is going to be airbrush number 3. That means I broke the last 2.
Uh, Gamesburger says he's got an airbrush, still haven't used it yet. He did finish his Stargrave crew this week. Very nice.
Nice.
Made myself some iced coffee tonight.
Ooh. Is that the Gamers with Coffee brand?
I am actually, I need to order some more. I'm currently out of my Gamers with Coffee. So this is Jacksepticeye, YouTuber, blend called Top of the Morning. And this one in particular
Oh,
is his new banana bread
Irish.
blend.
Oh.
I honestly wished I
Irish.
used my Eclipse more. Eclipse is a good airbrush.
Yeah, that's what I broke recently. That was my last one. I'll probably break this one in about 5, 6 years too, and then I'll just finally have the Harder and Steinbeck because I'm working my way up to it. The holy grail of airbrushes. Um, oh, this is great. Everything is drying. They really do look like Smurfs. I feel like Gargamel right now. Huh? Well, you can't see it on the screen.
You
It's
know,
like a little arm.
it's funny
Yeah.
because like a lot of people say the Ultramarines are Smurfs, but yeah, I think this kind of baby blue that the wolves are without any of their decorations, colors painted in yet. That I think they really fit the Smurf bill a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because Smurfs were not as it wasn't ultramarine blue. Like they weren't almost lapis lazuli, right? That's what ultramarines are. But this is more powder blue. This is more Smurfette and having a Smurfing time. Even, usually, oh well, lieutenants used to wear red helmets, right? Or red streaks, and then captains wear the red helmet. But that's ultramarines. But I think that's why they really name it the Smurfs, because Papa Smurf, the red,
Oh yeah,
uh, makes Smurch to me. Uh, Here's the hardest part of my method of painting. You got to wait till the paint dries. And I do have, usually I have this hair dryer, and people look at me and they say, Rob, why do you have a hair dryer? You have no hair. And I say, you know what? That's a valid point. However, you're not looking at the complete picture. I use it to dry my wet minis when I want to move on to the next stage quickly. But I am not going to subject you, the audience, to the sound of this. So I am going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come in with my high yellow blue, chopping that up, which I should get. I don't know if I should get more. I don't really use too much of it, but I'll show you exactly how much I use. And then we're going to switch on to the War Colors blue that I have here. And the only reason I like that blue is because it's gel medium. And it goes on it goes on to me a lot smoother for doing glaze, like airbrush glazing. That's what I call it. When you go really thin with the colors on an airbrush and do it multiple coats, slowly bringing it up, having that transition just perfect. I'm rambling. I'm so sorry.
No, 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 I think it was good. I was just amused because Gamecraft Dragon says, raise his eyebrow at Mythos. You will not besmirch my Robin's Egg Blue Wolves. No, 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 no. A new development since you've been gone, brother. I too have joined the traditionally painted, you know, Robin's Egg Blue or Baby Blue Space Wolves team.
Yeah.
I am leaving in redoing my army in Primaris. You know, most of my units got retired this codex, and so Rob and I were talking, and both of us are redoing our wolf armies. And well, in this new evolution, um,
One
I'm
of us. One of
I'm
us.
I'm now
One.
I'm now doing the traditional scheme for the wolves, and you can see I've got the light gray shoulder pads of the blood maws. That, of course, as I feel like I do this every week, where I try and zoom it in, and then it doesn't zoom in, and then I'm just holding a blurry miniature. But yeah, I've got the yellow and red of the blood claws on one side, and I've got the light gray of the blood moths on the other. But yeah, I've joined the light blue classic space wolves.
And I am doing Champions of Fenris because I think Russ is coming back soon. that's, that's the reason. I'm having hope for Russ.
It's possible.
It is possible. I'm psyched. I am psyched. I've been waiting since 8th edition. I am.
He says,
All right.
Vilka Fenrica, you have found the truth.
That's right. Thank you, Mythos. Thank you. So I've started teaching ASL on a different topic. I'm learning it as I'm teaching it, so I'm like 3 steps ahead of the kids, but not too far, because we're doing a culture class that also introduces ASL to it. There's an ASL component, and I never realized that I can have so much fun learning a language like that. Another one. So I think I'm going to take some official classes this summer, or maybe well, I don't know. I don't have time after school, but I think I'm going to take some college courses on how to teach ASL, just for giggles, just so I can offer that and add to my resume. Or do I do that? Or do I become a principal? I'm already licensed. What the questions, right? The decisions. How am I gonna work towards my retirement as I get closer?
Well,
I can only sell miniatures.
I think, while teaching ASL is a great thing to do, if you're prepping for your retirement, I think you go with the money.
I do okay. I have many years in the system. They pay me accordingly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Why am I doing this?
I've been doing.
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Oh, uh, Graincraft Dragon says when he's doing his Wolves again recently, he's been doing black with the red wolf's head of the 13th Company or the route colors. Brother Thomas is doing the 13th Company as well. That's awesome.
That's sweet.
Or Brother Hellchild, rather.
That's right.
He's been on a kit bash rampage lately, working on, his 13th Legion stuff. Doing all the kit bashings.
Yeah.
You know what I love about my favorite paints, the Monument Hobbies Pro-Acryl,
Uh-huh.
is they're pretty heavily pigmented, but also like they have a nice, decently long working time right out of the bottle, and it makes it easy. I'm gonna do
Nice.
the thing again where I show you something and it won't focus again, because that's how I run the show. But yeah, I just did a wet blend right here on the pelt that you're never gonna see.
Nice.
Uh, wait. This worked last time, where I got something to put behind it. Oh, hobby update. I forgot. At your recommendation, look what came in the Amazonian uh, this
Oh,
week.
nice. Save your eyes.
Let's see.
That is
Hey,
awesome.
there we go. All right, yeah, a little wet blend there the on the
Hey,
what you call the loincloth.
the Nick Tabard.
Yeah, that. If anyone wants to pick up any Pro-Acryl paint, you can always do so. Nightbot is posting our sponsor, the Wolfbrother Hobby sponsor, Paint Minis Live. Feel free to check them out. And of course, they carry lots of stuff, including my favorite paint line, Pro-Acryl. But also they carry all kinds of other hobby stuff, including D&D books, Cyberpunk, all that kind of stuff. They carry hobby tools and brushes. And like I said, Pro-Acryl is my favorite paint series. They carry lots of that. And you can get your fix for hobby supplies at no additional cost, and it does help out the channel. By the way, the guy who runs um, Paint Minis Live, super great guy, and is all about giving back to the community. So, made my Gray Hunters a bit dirtier than the Blood Claws, as Gamesburger. That makes sense. Uh, they have been out in the field longer. I was using the Pro-Acryl for my loincloth and tabard colors just now. So the blue is a recipe I've stolen from Brother Rob, but not executed it as well. Where
No, it's fine.
I've taken, or we're using the Scale 75 gel medium based paints from Fantasy and Games. And so this first one is Amarth Blue from Scale 75. And then the highlight color is Hero Blue from Fantasy and Games, Scale 75. And then the extreme highlight is a War Colors Blue #1. I've never used Pro-Acryl. I will have to try. They, for me, are the smoothest paints for the hobby that I've used. It's probably, it may just be my opinion, but like I said, it's like I have found it the easiest to work with. It already comes naturally pretty thin, and so I haven't had any texture issues
So,
with Pro-Acryl. It's always been good for blending, good for airbrushing. It is the bee's knees in my opinion.
I'm sorry. I'm getting all this fixed up so I can show my painting process. All right. I think I got it.
There you
I
go.
hope I got it. Yeah. I had it reversed, I think. How did I have this thing? Okay, wait. I got it out.
Use the
Huh.
Army Painter, Citadel, and 2 thin coats. I
Yeah,
used
those are pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that. I haven't used any of the 2 thin coats myself,
Mm.
but I've heard good things. And
Our buddy who started the hobby.
but I mean, coming from Lord and Savior Duncan. I mean, how could it not be good,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
Oh, if anybody
That
decides,
man was so tired. He worked so hard. Sorry.
oh yeah, you can definitely like. I feel like even in his video, like his newer videos, you can see it in his eyes. It's just
Yeah,
the
definitely.
tiredness.
All right, we're gonna see how we're gonna hit that. So thinking about how the body is curving on this guy, I'm gonna want to hit it up here. I want to highlight the leg and the tailbone a little bit. Definitely this area right here. This we can leave partially in shadow. The chest. And sometimes the top, anywhere on the top, since I'm doing it at an angle like this, I'll hit the top over here. So this way I know where the light is coming from. So very, very intentional when it comes to these secondary highlights. So it's not just one area. So what I'm going to do is, once again, test to see how the flow is. It's going great. Okay. All right. We're going to hit that and we're going to start with the knee.
If I can just add on to that, this technique he's
Good.
showing you works for any combination of the blues and blue grays that you want to use for your Space Wolves. However, if you choose to use the scale 75s like Brother Rob is using here, it is worth noting if you saw before he got started, he mixed his paint separately in a separate cup
Mhm.
before pouring it into his airbrush. And I
Yep.
really feel like in working with the scale 75s, any of these gel medium paints work, in my opinion, better mixing it separately before you put it in your paint cup. You know,
Yeah.
I know a lot of hobbyists, we mix in the cup, but I feel like with these gel based mediums, take the extra time and, mix it separately because it'll run smoother through your airbrush.
Yep, I was saying that earlier
Oh,
with the first one. I told him about the cup,
gotcha.
but yeah, definitely. All right, just reinforcing that line. Again, the line is coming down over here. See the right hand of the pack hitting onto the top, going down the leg because I want to highlight the leg. I'll hit the back on the shin a little because the light might have secondary reflection. That means it's reflecting off of this scale right here and reflecting off of here. So you got to think of where the light's bouncing to. It's not, that's why if you just do zenithal, it's only catching one angle, but you're not thinking about if the metal shines back at the other piece of metal, what's that going to look like? And that's what adds a real secondary highlights. What has a lot of realism to the models, and sometimes it's secondary colors. Sometimes two colors mix, like the setting of the sun. It causes a red hue, um, so you may want to look at that as well. So studying where light is supposed to kind of hit versus the rule of cool, what you want to bring your audience eyes to. Like I definitely want to hit that chest again, so because I want to bring it a little bit up. This way I can have a nice little line. And if you could see it, I don't know if it translates on the phone, from here to here, bringing your eyes from the bottom and up. And in order to bring it all the way from the bottom up, I'm going to have to hit that toe right there. So I'm going to hit that toe just a little bit. And that even makes it cooler because it goes from light to dark to light. And that's exactly what you want to do whenever metal is kind of glowing or having that pop effect. So that's how I would do this one. I'm going to do this a couple of times on all the other ones as we talk. So you see where I put the lights and the placements of each highlight in. Um, yeah, definitely. And I'm going to leave one aside because I'm going to do that for my tutorial. So you're definitely going to get most of these in. I'm just going to leave one empty so this way I can do that. One other thing, some have helmets. The headless ones, I take the heads and I paint them separately. So if you were wondering why some had helmets, the other ones were helmetless. But look at the difference right there. See that? So it's not totally blue. It goes from dark. If I touch it like this, they're the same color. See that? And then it'll go all the way to a lighter blue, like there. Pop. That's what it is. And it goes back to the darkness over here, right up to the leg that's shining. So dark, dark, light, dark, light. And that's what you want. Ta-da! I
Ta-da!
did light theory. There's color theory and light theory. So there it is. That's everything I learned on light theory in like 30 seconds. I don't know. No, that was probably like 3 minutes. All right, for helmets, let's go for the top. I want to shine the face up. I'll show you exactly what I do that. I'm going to do a halo. Go around the head like this in a circular motion. So I'm doing a halo effect on that one. And then see where you want to highlight, where it makes sense. The feet over here. So I can go from light to dark. The chest over here. Definitely the head right there, so we have a nice line. Should I hit the arms? I don't know. Should I? All right, I'll just do a little bit on the arms. That's it. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get from me. Wait, this side is all black. I should hit that. There you go. All right. All right, we're gonna keep on doing this process. This is fun. This is the easy part because you get to decide you put down, and if not, Amaranth Blue is not too far away.
Hmm.
Worst case scenario, a nice little flat black and start over. That's worst case scenario. But no, it came out all right. So let's see. Two. Yeah, this is easily an overdone step. So next. And I'm gonna fly through these. I wonder if I'm center. Am I center? I think so. This is a dark boy. What I'm saying is I didn't paint them any of the light spots very light at all. So this is gonna be a little lower on the contrast. You would think it's higher, but since this paint is so translucent, not really. Yeah, I'm going to bring that up right there. The lone soldier walks the battlefield. Okay, that looks good. All right, next up. So, anything you're looking forward to, sir?
Oh, I definitely am looking forward to painting up some of them Wolf Scouts coming up soon when we get to
Oh,
articles and art.
we can get started.
Are you sure?
I'm just
It's
going to
really
hit.
interesting to see your process here.
Oh, okay. I got to let
Uh,
that dry.
Gamecraft Dragon says, wait, we started carrying it at the game store I work at the behest of me and another painter that works there. It's amazing, buttery smooth, high pigment, and beautiful color coverage. I can tell from that description he must be talking about Pro-Acryl. He says Pro-Acryl is amazing, especially in yellow and white. I definitely agree. I think a lot of people's consensus, and I got to say I agree from my use, they're bold titanium white and even their off-whites if you want the warmer ivory or the bright neutral gray, which is a great off-white, cold off-white for something like gray sear. Both of those are amazing. Um, he says he's not a fan of too thin coats though. Too runny for me, and I'm super judgy about paint and how it does yellows and whites. I didn't like either from too thin coats. That's good to know. And I appreciate you sharing your insight, especially as someone who works in a game store.
Mm-hmm. The smooth sounds of the airbrush.
I do
I can
love.
pull a face now.
I feel like there's probably, or should be, some
ASMR.
yeah, some airbrushing, miniature painting ASMR. I could
And
I
if
could
there's
start.
not, we might start it.
I was about to say we could start an ASMR channel. Hey, I
Some of
hear
them
those.
make money.
Yeah, I was about to say that some of them make bank,
I know. We might
especially
even
because
be able
like
to afford Warhammer.
yeah yeah, especially since
Maybe.
like so many people will put on an ASMR video and then go to sleep, so they're getting all that watch time. And
Oh yeah.
I'm one of those people. Some people like this guy.
So you've already done the market research. So it's successful already because
Yes,
people use it. Am I still on screen? Okay, good.
yes, sir. Got to see the process.
You're seeing the process through 20 different model. Well, 19. I'm saving one for tutorial.
Also, if you really like Vallejo, or Vallejo, if you're saying it with uh, the traditional flair. You can get your hands on it. The Army Painter Fanatics line is basically the exact same paint. That's good to know. I have definitely heard good things about the Fanatics line.
Pero estaba diciendo que este viejo, bueno, ese es viejo, mira ahí cómo este, no me stop, let me stop. You're like, hey Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
You got some splaining to do. Ah,
Ricky Ricardo, yeah, that
Ricky.
old.
Yeah, man, you can't call liking Ricky Ricardo old because I just referenced him.
Welcome to the club.
No, I've been
I
trying.
mean, I'm teaching middle schoolers, and I was like, he's like, oh man, that's like, when and you just make somebody reference, and then they're looking at you like, who? They're like,
Yeah,
oh, you lost the magic. It was the perfect reference.
I do that all the time. I'll make a reference that the kids are way too young for, and then I'll look at my wife and be like, "Well, you know, right?" But also, she was more sheltered than me growing up, so even some of the things from my childhood I reference, she's like, "No idea," and I'm just like, "Well, I guess that reference was just for me." And they'll walk away.
Yeah, watching movies that they give reference, it's like, oh, I know that. I know the song. I know that. And everybody's looking at you like, what? What are you doing?
Speaking of which, tomorrow my babbyist is going to her first homecoming, and
Aw.
I am not ready to be this old. I just want everybody to know.
Are you chaperoning?
No,
You're not going to be one of those cool dads that like chase their kid down?
you know, if she was going with a date tomorrow, then maybe, but
Oh, all right.
then I'd be, oh, especially, it would be really difficult because, well, actually, let me not even make a joke about that. Yeah,
Nice save.
today's world, just because
That conversation.
threats are real in today's world, unfortunately, but today's world, I'd make some you know, some joke about being one of those '80s movies where the hyper vigilant dad is like waiting outside the dance to beat up some high schooler that makes a move on the daughter, and then all of a sudden the FBI would be knocking at my door. Sir, we got word that you were planning on an attack on a school. What? No, that is not what I said. I said I was going to look for a high schooler making a move. Like, get on the ground.
I mean, it would make for a great 80s movie.
Right? But, I can't say stuff like that now because things are different. Get on the ground, get on the ground. Just assume the position.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Mistaken identity.
Let's see. I've been trying more speed paints and contrast paint lately and really liking the process. Oh, I meant to put him on one of the channels of the week this week. There is you know what? Maybe I'll just go ahead and add it on as one of the channels of the week this week, and go back and
Who's
add
that?
it later. But mediocre hobbies.
Nice.
If anyone,
They're
he
okay.
he is what he is not like an extremely display level painter. He is what he refers to as a as a contrast plus painter. So he uses contrast as a starting point to be able to get armies to a tabletop standard quickly, and then he shows you how to go that extra step beyond contrast, layer it up, and make things look nice. And uh, that's always been his thing. Is like he's not painting for super high quality. He's painting to get newer painters, you know, into the hobby of painting. And I like that mentality. For someone who does start most of his processes with contrast, his work does look really good, really clean.
All right. Let's see. Pop, 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 pop. There it is. Just getting the chest areas. Getting that a little lighter than everything else because I want to draw the eye to the face.
I know you
Are
said
we
chest
drawing that?
area, but for some reason I heard chest area. Got to get that chest hair.
Listen,
Paint
I'm Ital-
no
I'm part Italian, so I mean, you want the chest area? I got the chest area.
no dry brushing either. You need to individually paint every chest hair.
You know, you joke, but I saw the X-Men, Logan, Wolverine,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a bust, and he had the chest hair, and it was Eric Swinson, and he painted every single hair on that thing, and I couldn't stop staring at it. I just couldn't stop staring at it. I was like, "That's you?" It's like, "No, that's Wolverine. That's Eric Swinson." You know what I mean, and I know you painted it, so I don't even know why I'm asking. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
It's frigging haunting. His stuff is haunting when you see it. It's like it just stays in your mind. Like, oh my God, what kind of mythical thing happened here? All right, just going over the heads. Everything else is not as important. I want the heads and the helmets to be the lightest part of this. Am I still in frame? No, I'm not. I got to be over here. Okay, sorry.
Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor, everybody, please stop to offer Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor a big ol' happy anniversary and wishes for many, many more. Hello,
Happy
Guy,
anniversary.
and may you have continued happiness forever and ever, sir.
All the love. Yeah, man, that's awesome. That is awesome. You know, I appreciate things like a good marriage. I've been through a lot. Almost didn't make it on the other side, but I'm here now. I'm here now.
12 years. Very nice. Very nice.
That's amazing. Any secrets? As in secrets to success?
Share your secrets with us. I've recently learned one of his secrets is threatening to bombard her streams, walking in and singing during her streams.
Perfect.
His lovely lady is a Twitch streamer who
That's cool.
does some of the spooky games like Dead by Daylight.
Nice serenity. All right. So cute here.
Man, so I did this fade, wet blending from like a darker brown of the fur to a mid tone to a lighter brown, kind of like you showed on your Bjorn tutorial.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then
I've even gone to bone at some point. Some of them, the furs.
and then I just on a whim pulled out the ivory and just
Oh,
started
nice.
going around the edges of the lightest parts of the fur and started edge highlighting the very, very edges. Not like each individual hair, but just like the edges where it meets the leather on the underside, And
Uh
man,
huh.
that is really making my loincloth and cloak pop. A little tassel on the belt here. Yeah.
I can't see it. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't show it. I just,
Oh,
you know how it goes. I'm gonna hold it up to the screen. You won't see anything.
one of my favorite parts of the show.
that it's tradition on this show at this point.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, you can kind of see the edge highlighting. Like the details aren't focusing, but
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love it.
yeah.
You did a good job on that.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
gotta say the Pro-Acryl definitely makes the wet blending easy because, like
good name.
like Gamescraft Dragon said, it's just very buttery and makes blending real smooth.
It's like butter. Okay, I am.
Any tips? He says patience.
Well, yep. Does take a lot of that.
He must mean patience on our part because I'm sure all of our lovely ladies here are perfect angels and they're the ones who need patience from us.
No, my wife and I are very realistic. It goes both ways. we don't, yeah, it goes both ways. We're 50-50. It's pretty good. Uh, we talk a lot of things out. I've never communicated so much of my heart before to another person, but I am totally open and honest with her, and she's amazing. I am lucky. I hopefully I make it to I don't know. I don't know how many years. I don't want to give it a limit. Time for a blue number one.
The extra.
If
Oh,
I,
I forgot to direct you. The extreme highlight.
so you can see how it's coming out here, very different results. No two are kind of alike, but it goes from the dark to the light to the dark. And you might be able to see the back a little more. But that's where we are now. Now we're going to get extreme highlights. And the only places I'm going to put that extreme highlight would be maybe maybe a dot on one boot, and then maybe a dot coming from Zenithal for the helmet, and then the chest area there. I might hit the backpack one of these balls. Very little on the backpack. If he's leaning forward, I'd hit the top of this, and maybe I'm sorry, the top of this, and then maybe the back of the leg. But it's just very short burst. I really don't use much at all. It's that one little um like shining light, and that's going to be your sky blue, the shining light of the entire army. The highest highlight is going to be that baby blue color of the space wolves. Everything else is darker leading up to it, and that's what makes it dramatic and makes me just smile unconditionally. Like I'm getting excited just talking about it. I'm such a nerd. But I love the way it looks, only because I never thought I would be able to paint like this. It took years, but that guy in the paint store uh, under the Empire State Building, it was in the Empire State Building, first floor. There was this store, and it was a Golden Demon winner, and I wanted to buy his Golden Demon entry. I offered him $1,000 for it, and we're talking about 1998, so that was a bit of money for a miniature. And he said, no, but you can paint it yourself. Here's the miniature. Here are the paints. You go through it. So, yeah. Since that day when I never thought I could paint the mini, 1998, to now that I'm painting minis to a level that I'm happy with, you know, I exceeded my expectations, which is great.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. So every time I paint, it brings me so much joy. Like I could do this now. Not only that, I can help others. That's well, I'm a teacher, so that's what I do. It's not teaching is not really a job. It's more of a passion because especially public schools and middle schools, it's so hard. But not to knock any high schools. I've been a high school teacher for oh my god, I don't even know how many years anymore. 20 years. Um, I don't know where my paint is. Ah, it was here. I had it in my hand.
I hate it when that happens. You're like, I just had you in my hands.
do you get hobby creep? Like, do all your paints just like start coming towards you? They
Um,
just start crowding towards you, like all the paint.
yes, but also, you know how I have a problem painting several armies at the same time? Okay.
You do.
If anybody is a hyper focus, hyper fixation, or OCD personality, this is your warning to please look away from the screen. But we'll just do a quick
I
flash because I don't want you guys to see all
can't.
of my
I
shame. But
can't. I can't.
just, uh, okay.
That's not bad. Oh, come on. That's not even that bad. Like, this
I,
is the only place I allow myself to get messy.
I am exactly the meme of buys large desk, gives himself a square 6 inches of working space.
I know. Oh my gosh.
It was,
Oh,
Gamesburger says, it was like staring into the warp. My bad. My bad. Gamecraft Dragon says, I'm glad y'all found your other half. Everyone deserves joy. I haven't decided if I'm going to go looking again. Brother, either way, I wish you great happiness and much love, my brother. While Mrs. Inquisitor is napping, I'm going to work on my Scarab Occult Terminators. Hey, that's awesome. I love the Scarab Occult Terminators, so that's awesome. Hey, Gamecraft Dragon is working on his sisters right now.
nice.
He also says your story's amazing, Rob. He's been painting since the mid 80s and still can't. You do good work, sir. You do good work.
Yeah,
Not not all of us can paint to Rob's standard, but
you need to stop. If you improve a skill every single day after 10 years and you intentionally paint that I'm going to get better at this skill, whether it's dry brushing or whatever, I mean, it's only going to take you a couple of years to get really good because if you're always improving, you're just going to, it's baby steps, you know? Over time, you'll get to your destination. So it just takes time and deliberate practice. That's what every miniature painter I ever took a class from always told me.
you know, one thing I really love about miniature painting that I've always told people is that, you know, with every sport or hobby you play, they always tell you practice makes perfect. Except Denzel. Denzel tells you practice makes progress, but that's neither
Yeah,
here nor there.
I believe
But,
in Denzel.
huh?
All hail Denzel.
Yeah,
Words of wisdom.
exactly, exactly. But I honestly feel like the miniature hobby, and whatever it is you hyper focus on, the painting side, the building side, I really feel like this hobby is one of those things where you really can see, if you look back at your old work, without even too big of a jump in time, you can actually see that example of practice making progress and there being improvement in what you do.
You think you're bad. This is awful.
At least yours is organized. Mine is like a pile of stuff.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I guess that in the back. But yeah, no, this is a hot mess.
the mighty Elster Nation, all hail.
Oh,
Buongiorno. Buongiorno to you, my friend.
bonjour, bonjour, monsieur. Comment allez-vous? Um,
Gamecraft Dragon says, Big Smooch Rob, you are an amazing painter. I kid, I kid. I'm really good at getting what I consider acceptable results. My big thing these days is working on speed of output, and I like where I'm
yep.
at. That's good.
Yeah, that's all you need. Enjoy that hobby.
I want to get to the speed of output Elstonation is at. That's what I want. Taking a relaxing Sunday afternoon. Boom, army done.
All right, nice and
Friendly Neighbor Quizzer
nice.
says, yeah, I went back and recently saw pics of my very first squad, which I remember being proud of, and now, ugh.
Haven't been there.
Good googly moogly. Elsa Nation says he's already at 800 minis this year. Oh man, that is incredible.
Way too late.
You know what? Next week,
Chicken butt.
next week, well, next week I'm going on vacation. Oh, that is something to note,
Oh,
everyone. I won't be here for a show next week because I'm taking the family to an anime convention called OniCon next week.
also, Wally World.
Wally World. You can see the people of Wally World at peopleofwalmart.com. I think it's more of a problem rather than a skill. You know what? I think, though, so my kids tend to get up for school at 6 a.m. So it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to try and start doing your 5 a.m. technique, except for the fact that my wife and I are usually in bed by like 1:30. So, but maybe I should try the 5 a.m. method like you do.
What's that?
Oh, just that's how Elsa Nation paints so much. Is he begins every day. He doesn't have to start getting ready for work, I think, until 7 a.m. So he gets up at 5 a.m. and squeezes in 2 hours of painting every morning. And it's just very disciplined, regimented painting. He calls it
Yes.
his 5 a.m. method. Like
Let's see how this is going to
whenever he used to do live streams, when people would ask him what's the secret to his being able to paint so many armies so quickly, he'd say, "My secret's just 5 a.m." He says today it's 4 a.m. That is awesome. Oh, you're up painting this morning, Elston. That is awesome. Thank you for joining us. What you painting this morning? Gamecraft Dragon is working on consistency. I forgot where I heard about it originally years ago, but I really try to keep an army paint recipe book. I need to start one of those. Because I keep saying, I'll just remember. But the problem is I've expanded to so many armies that when I've gone back to try and paint one of my earlier armies, I'm like, what was I doing again? It's like, it makes me feel more like an old man. Like, what was I doing again?
In my day, the miniatures were metal. Metal, I tell you.
See, with my new schedule, I'm 6 hours into my shift at work at 5 a.m. Oh yeah. Yours would have to be like a 5 p.m. hack. I wish it was awesome. I have an inflamed nerve in my neck which woke me up. Oh, I'm so sorry, my friend.
Ouch.
Assembling lots of heresy minis this morning. I have
Harrison.
my friends at the game store have been trying to get me into 30K at the store, and I have been. It has definitely been growing my interest, so I might learn to play some heresy at some point. I told them all it's going to have to wait because right now my focus is on wolves. But if my interest is still like, I'm gonna sleep on it because I want to. I really am excited to play these wolves, and it's kind of frustrating because everybody's in heresy mode at the store. But if I get these bad boys painted up and the culture of heresy hasn't died out at my store, we will see. Of course, it doesn't help that I keep adding things to my uh, to my
That's
Space Wolves list. I'm like, ooh, add this.
this mythos telling me to hurry up.
That is not true because you have 18 miniatures painted. I'm like, I've got 5 that still need me to put their snow on.
And I'll get there for sure. All right. So you see how I'm doing it? This is the ultra highlight, eating the face, spin the leg, cupping that leg. Let's go in the back. Backpack at this angle, highlight this leg, maybe just a dot of that leg, and that's it. So now it's going from dark to light. Let's get this arm. That's it.
Just the
All right.
most
You see how it pops?
extreme
I'm
of
going to keep on.
highlights.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing it. So you'll have a lot of records. You can watch the video again so you can see it easily. But just hitting a line, hitting another line here. All right. Hit, 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 hit. Back, 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 back.
My local store has a lot of used 30K miniatures and vehicles. Oh man, I need to get to your store.
Sounds
It's time for
good.
a road trip. That is like one of the things that really appeals to me as being someone who's been in the hobby
Like a
for
banana.
a few years now. Um, you know, I've I've been in the game long enough to remember when all the heresy vehicles were legal in 40K, and I've
Remember?
huh
You remember those times?
yeah,
It was the good old days.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Um, and
I
and
think a Family Guy.
yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that. Uh, and like I love those miniatures. I love the look of 30K vehicles. Like I've still got my Contemptors, my Leviathans. I've got Rob's Leviathan now. I've got my Sikaran. Sikaran is my favorite tank of all time. Um,
Yeah.
and now I want the one that's just like basically the Sikaran's big brother, the Kratos. Oh gosh, it looks so cool.
That's one sexy miniature.
So yeah, man, there was a used market around here for 30K. That would be heaven.
Think that only happens in Wisconsin.
Gamesburger, I'm going to come spend the night, and then we're going to go hit up the used 30K section in the morning, okay? Yeah, we get all the cool tanks in Heresy. I know, right? Inquisitor says, I have way too many projects to start a Heresy army. Me too! Me too! Unfortunately, I am a hobby butterfly with absolutely no self-control. Don't you have any self-respect? No, sir! Gamesburger says, come on out! Yeah, in Arizona, same part of the world as Mini Warmut. Hey, that's not a million miles from Texas. Unfortunately, in Texas, you can drive the you know all day and still be in Texas. So
Mm-hmm.
other countries, you can get to other countries in that time, but in Texas, it's all Texas.
I mean, depends how fast you go. I mean, you probably get arrested.
Gamesburger says, "Oh, I've driven across Texas a few times. I know." Okay, so here we have a big old hobby butterfly list. A fellow hobby butterfly. I don't mean that discriminatorily, friendly neighborhood inquisitor. He says, I've got my Heralds of Armageddon, Thousand Suns, Leagues of Votan, plus another project planned if the 11th edition box set rumors are true. And let's not forget, they may not be active anymore, but you still have your not not Astral Drakes. I think that's a legit successor chapter. The something Drakes. The Space
Yeah,
Marine
they
army
are
you showed.
highlighted.
They're looking good, brother. They looking
They're
sexy.
all highlighters. Yep, they're ready to get painted. Like these
You
guys.
gotta, you gotta cue the Shawn Michaels music now. You think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. Now I got the look that drive the girls wild. I got the moves that really move them. Okay, I'll stop. I think I exceeded the number of seconds you're supposed to sing songs on YouTube, anyways. No, you were right. The Astral Drakes. Okay, cool, cool. He did successfully sell the Necron army, though. That is a project off his bench.
Nice. Oop. Shutting off the airbrush. If that annoyed anybody, I'm so sorry.
I like airbrush ASMR.
That's, I'm
I'm probably biased, though.
telling you, we should make the channel. We'll probably get like 100K overnight. Insta famous, and we'll play it live. That's it. We'll just
We'll
get
do it
like a whole
live.
bunch of promotions.
If that's a butterfly, I can't even. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, I'm on your page, GameCraft Dragon. I've got way, way, way too many projects. Oh man, it just makes me think of Wolf of Wall Street. GameCraft Dragon's like 4 armies. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta get that number up.
Yeah.
If that's a hobby butterfly, I'm a Warhammer glitter bomb. I
Well,
ha- I,
I, I only have one project at a time. I'm hobby OCD. I leave my stuff in boxes until I get to it. And if I build it, they have to be painted. Like I already went all through the trouble.
oh yeah, we were talking about that with my Ragnar. How I built it when the Prophecy of the Wolf first came out, and I just painted it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And everybody does it differently, and everybody version's okay. I think I'm the weird one. Everybody I know has hobby ADD. Like, what's hobby OCD? And then they look at my pile and like must build it. I think was it you, Gamecraft Dragon? You offered to build all my. You want to come over so you could build all my. I think you said that once. Oh my gosh! I was like, no, I would have so many projects. I'd never leave the painting table. I mean, not that that's a bad thing. Who really needs sleep? But
It would be like the episode of Family Guy where uh, Glenn Quagmire finds the internet. He doesn't come out of his house for a week, so that when they finally see him, he's just got like one massive arm. It's from all the
not
painting, of
quite.
course. All the painting, of
I would
course.
I would say it's the Bob's Burgers episode this last season that Bob stays up all night to learn new recipes, and then he gets delirious and he doesn't sleep. And night after night, he's up at 3 o'clock in the morning making new recipes, reading the recipe book, having fun with his passion, his hobby, which is cooking. Um, but yeah, I really related to that. I was like, yeah, that's kind of me. I'll be up till all times in the morning. Okay, we are good to go with this. I am so excited that I got all these done and I left this guy right here for my tutorial. Okay, that's the guy. All right. Now it's time to paint one of these up live stream or while on stream. I already did a tutorial on how to paint it up though.
Gamecraft Dragon says, actually, I only have one project at a time too. So he does have a ton of projects, but he does hyper focus them one at a time. He does like huge projects. He goes,
Oh, that's cool.
my current project is Warhammer, and when I finish all of that, I'll have a Song of Ice and Fire.
Ooh, yeah, I heard that was really. What was it? Miniac loves that game.
Uh, Games, yeah, they seem really cool. I think I want to get some House Starks at some point, just because I got to go. With the dire wolves, of course.
Of course,
Um,
winter is coming.
Winter's coming. I still have a bunch of Black Templars to assemble and paint, and some more wolves. And I have a bunch of Frostgrave and some historicals too. In the last 7 days, Gamecraft Dragons built 4,000 points of Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Holy crap. And primed them. I love the Bone Reapers miniatures.
Yeah,
I would love to see, like, I mean, I know it's for old world. Obviously, a lot of people like the look and the charm of the old world, and they're not going to change
the
that.
Toon Kings.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ossiarch Reapers are the new incarnation of
The
the old world.
AOS
Yeah,
ones,
yeah.
yeah. I know. I have the army.
They look so good. They're such a good looking army. I love
You
that
know,
like
when
Egyptian skeletal theme.
a controversial thing, I don't think all their stuff looks great. Like, there's a catapult that looks like a centipede, and it's all made out of bones, and not a fan of that model. Um, and there's a couple. There's a the gator one is cool, but there's another one that puts body bones in the back of his neck. He looks so weird. However, I do have a lot of, and I forgot the names, the original ones that they have wings. They fly. I forgot the name is. Anyway, they're a hard hitting unit. I love that. I love some of the new infantry. I love the horses. I really
Oh
love
yes,
the horse
yes.
mounted. They look amazing. The skeletal bones. And the infantry, but when you look closely, they kind of look like they have masks on, which I thought was different for sure. And then some have the permy smile, like, which is interesting as well. But some don't, and they look amazing. But I gotta get started on painting that army one of these days. One of these days.
One of these days.
I don't know what. See, my biggest problem is when I finish a project, like, what do I work on next? That's the big question because now I'm committing for a very long time.
Yeah, it's not
But
simply what am I feeling right now. It's what am I committing to.
yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Wow, these miniatures as they dry look phenomenal. I'm really liking the way they look.
Well, I'm a big
Oh,
fan of the way your wolves look too, brother.
oh, thanks. It's just bringing me joy right now. Uh, yeah, 20 more of these guys. And to get started. And that'll be 40
Um,
blood clouds.
okay, so Rob, you're dead on about the fact that they look off or weird because they aren't actually beings. They're all constructs. The only
Yeah,
the character are real people. So that's why they look off. It's because they're created. They're not born.
yeah. I can't wait to paint the Mortark. Oh, OBR, man. They're strong, aren't they? Have they been strong in the meta? I think they have been. I've heard a lot of news about OCR. OCR Bone Reapers.
Right, right.
Oh, goodness.
Um, Mr. Fish says, "Happy freaking
Happy
Friday!"
freaking Friday.
Wah!
Rock on.
Oh, it reminds me of an Instagram reel I once I saw recently. That was like it was a woman who says the hottest thing a guy can do is make a little noise, let out a moan or and then it just cuts to an orc going wah.
I mean, that is the sound, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's definitely legit. All right. Ah, we should paint. Oh, I'm excited.
All right.
I get to paint.
Now that we've got those highlights done, I am man, I've actually been making some decent progress here, but we do have some news to show.
Nice.
Um, let's see. Uh, look, our friendly neighbor Inquisitor says, "Look, the best AOS army is clearly Seraphon. They do look amazing. I do want to paint some dinos at some time in the future."
I did a show on how I painted mine. If you want to check it out, I'm pretty proud of it because no airbrush, just doing highlights, and it's a pink to blue, I love the way they came out. Check that out if you're interested in my Seraphon, a little project that I did. I am so proud of them. I don't have the full army on that one, but I did buy one of the Vanguard box sets, I think it was, or Battle Box, or whatever they're called. They have a new one now, but I'm thinking about getting some more because they were really fun to paint. I mean, really, that's the best. I guess working with the colors was so much fun and so forgiving that it was a pleasure to work with colors that I never used to work with before, like pinks and stuff like that, like almost maroon to pinks. It's just chef's kiss.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, check out
Uh,
the video. Let me know what you think.
I may end up with one or two new projects in the future. One Page Rules is releasing two armies in plastic for the first time,
I
and
heard of that.
those Saurian star hosts are calling me. Ooh, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Sci-fi versions of Seraphon. That's pretty awesome. Then I've seen the minis look. Well, the minis I've seen people print look very cool.
Yeah.
To answer your question, GameCraft Jack says yes, they are very strong. I bought them because they came in a box with my ogres originally. Love my fat
Oh
boys.
yeah. Love that box.
Uh, Not just because they're strong,
Feast of
but I
Bones.
ended up loving the aesthetics.
Yeah. That was the Feast of Bones box, right?
No,
It's ogres and Osirok. I got that box. I couldn't not because I have ogres and I have Osirok.
makes
Looks like I have
sense.
both armies, so I gotta get that box.
And now both of you have both those armies.
Yeah, man. We should just put our armies together and have this huge war that happens like, I don't know, over several days kind of thing. That would be insane. Like an all-out kind of war where their points doesn't matter. Bring everything you got.
That would be really cool. I don't know if I called it out in the show, but our friend of the channel here, Mr. Fish, actually got to go to mini wargaming and
Oh,
participate in
really?
their massive,
Oh,
massive
so
uh,
jealous.
chaos versus orc game,
Good
and
for
it's
you.
such a
Good for
big
you.
game that even though there were two generals, uh,
Yeah,
Mini Wargaming Dave and the creator of Gear Guts Miniatures, they couldn't
great guy.
play and move and whatnot all the armies by themselves. So each of them had people on their team helping facilitate the game, and Mr. Fish
That's
got to be part of
awesome.
that. That's so cool.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, so
And Dave is such a great guy.
that is a crazy like uh an experience of a lifetime for sure. So it's really cool that I got to participate in that. Uh,
Dave is one heck of a guy, too. I met him at Nova, and he is just the nicest, most genuine person I've ever met.
I want to meet him.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it. He's such a great guy. Like, he came and gave me a hug and said, "How's it going, brother?" And I'm like, "Hey, Dave." And he's like, I said, "Rob." And he's like, "Oh,"
Uh,
because that was the first time I met him.
there's definitely
We're both intense.
I have a list of people in this hobby I feel like I have to meet at some point. Like I got to get
He's
up and
one.
meet
He's worth it.
you. I got to go over and meet the Milwaukee crew at some point, or Wisconsin uh, crew at some point. I got to go to
Yeah.
Iowa and meet the guys there. Um, and then like I got to get across the pond at some point. I got to meet the legendary Elston.
Yes.
Uh, I got to stop and meet
Um,
Edic Beer.
yes, man.
That would be cool. Mini Warzone Pete. So many legends.
I want to go to Idic Beer. He has this tournament.
Yeah, it's
Idic.
a
When is that? Let's crash it, man. We'll
it's
tell them, all right, we're
it was.
coming.
I think it was just like 2 months ago or something like that.
Okay, okay. I
Hobby
mean,
Corner
we have some time.
Yeah, Hobby Corner Kev went to that. That was cool.
Really? Oh,
That's
man.
another one I need to meet. I gotta meet Kev. We can go for a pint and get some fish and chips. That would be amazing. I had this dream that I got to meet Spud and Elston once, and for some reason they came over to the States, and because like here in the States, other countries view us as gun nuts, right? And some of us
We are.
are.
Yeah,
So they came over here, and the first thing they did when they got off the plane was, we got to do the American thing and get some guns. So they immediately hit up a gun store on the way over to play. And they're like,
just take him to the range.
and then we went to play Warhammer. And they're like, where should we put all these guns? It was a crazy
They're
dream. It was a
props. They're
crazy dream.
props. That's all they're props. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. Oh man,
it.
that
Oh.
was crazy. All right, we got some news, but before we hit the news, guys, we're gonna hit our channels of the week. And I've
Mhm.
Oh, and I did definitely pull them up ahead of time, actually, for once.
You
Uh,
getting better. Look at you. Have each stream to improve at least one skill.
oh man, I really should. I really should. Here we go. And actually, we always start with Brother Rob's first. So here we have Cujo painting, and you can
All
just
right.
see from the banner, this is an incredibly skilled painter here. Rob, why don't you tell us a little bit about this channel?
All right. So back when I started painting seriously and wanting to get into display level painting, I was nowhere near that. And I had War Hordes, well, actually, Hordes. Now they're just War Machine. And I had Troll Bloods, an army. It was my first wargaming army that I collected. And they have tartan design, plaid. And plaid was insanely difficult to paint if you didn't have a reference. His plaid taught me how to paint that plaid tartan design, and follow it step by step. You will get better at that skill. And now I'm very confident when it comes to painting plaid, which is not
Interesting.
easy. Yeah, and if you could paint the plaid, that's why I'm very confident that I could definitely play Harlequins because that's like plaid. You know, it's a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
cross hatching, it's a lot of straight lines, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of cutting.
That
But
is definitely his number one featured video on the channel. You go to his homepage, boom, number one featured video. It's so crazy too because the thumbnail uh, um miniature he's using, um, it's it's a crop top. It's not even a full shirt, and so that means he's doing such tiny lines on a really small piece of fabric on a miniature. It's not like a whole skirt, or what do you call the um, oh my gosh,
kilt.
kilt. Thank you. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, it's not a whole kilt. It's not a skirt or a dress or a cloak. It is just a crop top. Also, look at that detail of him painting in a whole six pack of abs, and if you look, each ab has shading and highlights, like almost window style. You got the bright
yeah, that's what
corner,
I did
you got the
for the
bright
Seraphim.
corner, and then you've got the bottom of
Yep.
each ab has like that semicircle of shading. It's wow, that's really intense, tiny painting strokes. That is crazy. I don't
Yeah, you want brush control? Try his technique.
right, right. This man must paint with like a paintbrush with three hairs. How much?
No, just a fine tip. He's just temperamental. But yeah, yeah, definitely his tartan designs. If you ever wanted to try to challenge yourself and play some plaid, or you wanted to have an army that had cloaks or that had draping stuff and wanted to paint that that plaid color or that tartan design, study that technique right there. I mean, I could put one up on there, but it would just be his technique, so I don't want to steal it. And that's what I use.
Oh, it looks like he's not creating content anymore. All his videos are
He
staying for real,
isn't, unfortunately, he does not have any new ones. But what he does have is gold.
for sure.
I grew as a painter by watching him.
Yeah,
He was one of the ones.
he's got some skin blending here, and you can see he's doing the technique of showing like blushing and blood flow around the joints and stuff like that. Ginger hair, and you can see he paints like the shiny halo around the head, very OSL shiny hair. Um,
Definitely talented.
what else you got here? Leather, fast and easy. He's got some very in-depth videos. You know, here's an hour and a half. He's got a couple of techniques that are about 15 minutes, but he's also got like some smaller techniques where it's like, hey, do this in 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
he appeals to quite a few
Non-metallic
audiences.
metal swords.
Yeah, and they're gorgeous. He does a good job
Oh,
of
looks like.
doing that reflection.
Oh, interesting. Most of his older videos has been. Oh no, this is a series. Okay. Tiny details pop on a miniature. Ooh, that's one I need to see. Yeah, lots of good stuff here.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, checking the comments again real quick. Oh, Cujo, is he Scottish? Hello,
Yes.
Okay. Hello, Rolando.
You.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to the chat.
Hey. Rolando, welcome to the chat. Should I bust out a guitar?
Yes.
I know
uh,
how to play. I wish I did. A little bit of piano, but very little.
Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor says, see, if I had to pick one of the big YouTubers to meet in this hobby, it'd probably be Winter's SEO. Interesting. He
Oh
does
yeah,
have some
Winter's
very
a good friend.
thematic battle reports.
Yeah,
Um,
he used fish tank gravel to simulate rocks on his playing field. I always like that.
yeah.
It's like nice touch,
Uh,
but
Fre-
cleaning that up must be tough. Mhm.
Gamecraft Dragon says him too. Him and Edic Beer was really happy to meet Uncle Adam at Dragonfall a few years back. That's cool. Um, I think I've looked up, like I found Cujo a couple of times whenever I was looking up specific techniques of how to paint something, like
Mhm.
his ginger hair video I've watched before.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
and then I watched one of his videos on fat glazing, and I was like, "What is fat glazing?"
Yeah, it's when you eat the donuts while you glaze nonstop.
And although this was years ago, and I'm going to be honest with you, I mean no disrespect, but this many years later, this is just me speaking to my own CRS. I cannot remember what it was. I just remember the thumbnail, fat glazing. And I'm like, am I being attacked?
Yeah,
Oh, here we go, fat glazing. Oh yeah, and I think that's why the thumbnail was so memorable is because it's fat
the
bastard.
fat bird. Yeah,
Uh,
that's right. Get in my belly.
all right, and then my channel of the week this week. It is October 3rd. We are officially into Orktober, and one of the
October.
Orc channels I've been watching lately is uh, the Red Ones Go Faster.
Nice.
And I really like this kit bash he's been doing lately. Look at this beautiful thumbnail here. He's taken a Saturnine Terminator from the new Age of Darkness box set, and he has been kit bashing some Mega Knobs with the bigger, beefier body and those big Saturnine shoulders.
Shoulders.
Yeah, and
That's perfect.
I like his work. It looks very orky and perfect, and it's just like, okay, this should be, in my opinion, this should be an official model now. I
Yeah.
want, I want, well, I want to buy Saturnine Mega Knobs now. It looks so good. Uh,
Yeah.
but he does several things. Like he's got some cool kit bashes. Um, he does some talking head videos, like the importance of aesthetics in the hobby and stuff like that. But like he's got some kit bashes here with the battle wagon where he's making it like fully customizable. Um, what's unfortunate is he's had this project in his closet for a long time because he wanted to do all the builds for it, and now there's really only one build for the battle wagon. There's no longer the gun wagon, the cannon wagon, the
Crunkin' wagon.
What was the Malay one called? The bone breaker. That's the one I had. Was I converted myself a bone breaker. But yeah, so he's got like all the gits and gubbins, and it's like, oh well, only one of the builds is really legal now, unfortunately.
I mean, you could just say it's that. I mean,
For sure,
it's
for
the
sure,
model.
for sure. But I think that's one of the reasons why it's been in his closet for so long. Uh,
Aw.
a new Grot tank.
Yeah, they got rid of Tanks.
Yeah.
And those were so much fun. They used to encourage the building of those.
Oh, for
And I
sure.
love them so much. I might build a grot tank just because, for giggles.
Yeah, we can do that. As if you when you do one, I'll do one. How about that?
When I do one, then I'm probably going to start my arc
Oh
army,
yeah.
and it's going to be
Once you do one, that's
orcs
going to
for
be your
several
next.
years.
Yeah, it's going to be your next 6 years.
Yeah,
Uh, Another amazing painting channel is Matt's Hobby Hour. He can actually paint some high quality stuff using
nice.
mostly contrast paints as a base. Oh, okay. Well, we will definitely add him to the list maybe for next week. But those are our channels of the week, and man, I pulled up the YouTube stuff in advance, and I did not pull up the article. We'll do it live. Okay, there we go.
At least you
Wolf.
didn't break the stream.
You know why? It's because Thomas isn't here now to see whether or not I
That's
broke the
right.
streak.
That's right. The second you got, I think you got a little nervous.
All right, Wolf Scouts and stealth battlesuits fight as quietly as possible in Kill Team Dead Silence. Um, and you can see here we've got a Kill Team table with some Tal stealth suits, a drone, a Fenrisian wolf, and we've got the brand new Wolf Scouts. And you guys know the focus of this channel. I mean, we do have a Tau player here. I will scroll through them, you know.
Thank
So
you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
and having painted up a good, I think, I don't know, 6, 8 of the stealth suits already. These are
Yeah.
pretty cool. They're a bit, these are actually kind of like grimy and a little weathered, like the white ones I painted up for my brother.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. So sorry, that was the yep, the Shasveri.
I don't know.
Oui, Shasveri. The Infiltrator.
No, I
The
try not to say Shazwi.
oh yeah, Shazwi. It's
Shazwi.
I'm good at this, guys. Infiltrator, a neutralizer, and I think that thing's like the fusion cannon. It's like their plasma, I think, which is pretty good.
Definitely an 80s action music movie. The
The
Neutralizer.
neutralizer. That sounds like something Denzel would have starred in, or Schwarzenegger.
Maybe.
The
Yeah.
the designator. Oh, now I'm just thinking of all of these in the movie guy's voice. Let's go back.
In a world.
Starring in The Infiltrator. Part 2, The Neuralizer. Part 3, The Designator. Part 4, The Liberator. Part 5, The Lodestar. That's
This
interesting.
is
He looks a bit
perfect. Ah.
joined by the MV-15 gun drone and the M75 marker drone. They will take
Dun
on
dun.
the Space Wolves.
Dun dun dun.
I feel like all of the Warhammer community news articles should be read by the movie guy's voice now. We need to
Yes.
we need to book him for this show. You know, he
And
makes millions of dollars doing movies. I'm sure he can make time for us, right?
just get the guy who does Optimus Prime. Like Prime, come join us. Roll out.
Oh yeah, let's get Peter Cullen.
That's his name. That's right.
Oh man, oh my. Just like Markiplier gets to work with Baltimore, man, if I could work with Peter Cullen, that would be so cool.
Yes. Just swoon at his voice all day.
Yes.
I'd like to order a chicken sandwich. Oh, I'm swooning.
Look at the tomb in the middle of the floor. Poor Necron Lord just tried to take a nap and y'all fighting over his bed. Keep it
You
down.
know? That's right. Don't wake me
Oh my
up.
gosh. If I
You
if
don't want
I
some-
if I were to get that terrain, I'd have to paint a Necron sitting up with a little nightcap on his head, you know? That'd be perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh and that new character model in the team, a stealth commander? Craziness. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
We've entered
He's a
opposite.
lot of gubbins.
Yeah, we've entered opposite world. The new stealth suit kit is a 5-man. They're taking a 3-man squad and making it a 5-man. Interessante. I wonder if they're going to be as good if they make them into a 3-man or a
Hyman
5-man.
squad?
Yeah.
I thought they were always five. No, they're 3 men. 3 man squad. I don't know. I have quite a few of them, so I can make a lot of different lists if they're going to switch it up to 5 men.
True. Oh man, that means we can get some big squads of stealth suits though, facing us on the table.
Yeah, that with a ghost kill. Nice.
Now we are looking at the squad of uh, Wolf Scouts. Really, a couple interesting things here. First of all, it must be said, we have this cool looking pack leader here exercising his right to bear arms. I really like this pack leader, though. He's very cool looking. And with that, so this whole kill team, full. Now, it looks very cool. Do I want to paint this for my Space Wolves army? Yes. But man, it's going to take forever. Look at every single one of these models. So many greebles. Just greebles all over the place. Every single one of this. You're going to be painting details for days.
Now with the speed paints, the greebles are really easy.
That's true.
Yeah. It used to be very, because you got to do the edge highlight, you got to do this, but with the contrast paints now, it's a lot easier to do the cribbles. You may still have to do some edge highlighting, but that's, at least you're not doing all the other steps that you would have to do.
What's edge highlighting?
Hmm?
I said, what's edge highlighting?
When you use the side of the brush, not the tip of the brush. Catch the edge.
Something else to note, everyone, is if you'll notice, they are not in the standard scout armor like the Space Marine Scouts that also newly came out in Kill Team. The
Which are
Wolf
$80
Scouts,
now.
yeah,
Most
isn't that crazy?
expensive unit all KT. Yeah, that stinks. Poor move,
Yeah.
G-Dubs. Poor move. That wasn't right.
But if you'll notice, these guys are all in modified Phobos armor. So
Mhm.
I wonder if they're going to keep the same stats and utility that the Scout Squad does. But you'll notice they got armored legs. They've got covered arms. Well, except for the pack leader. But like they're not wearing cloth with just the carapace on top. They actually have full-on armor. It's the Phobos armor, except where most Phobos armor just has one shoulder showing their chapter icon. They've actually got both shoulders covered, and I really love Frost Eye here having the skull on top of his other shoulder. That skull just adds something to the look. Like that's a cool bit right there. You've got the Fang Bearer. So he's not only got two combat knives on him, but he's also got a frost knife and a bolt pistol, which is cool. So here's another thing: it doesn't look like you're getting the same options as you know, before um, with the older squad, right? So the uh, uh, Wolf Scouts before, they were like your classic scouts. They could take a missile launcher, which made them one of the few tactical units that um, could take a heavy weapons for the Space Wolves. They can't do that anymore. Um, and of course, they don't seem to have the same weapon options as the new scouts. You look, so we got a double bladed guy here. Well, it doesn't look like that. Obviously, we don't know what every build is, but this is the kill team build. Each of these are going to be dual builds. Like
Are
many
they?
kill teams. I think that's what the
Okay.
article said.
And
Um,
are they usable in 40K? I don't think
so
it might be proprietary to Kill Team.
not yet, but all of the kill teams so far to end up getting 40K data sheets.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it'll
Well,
probably
that's
come
cool.
out for kill team first, but as it gets closer to the release date, they'll probably give us a 40K data sheet. This
Okay.
guy's got a carbine that looks a lot like the Instigator carbine that the Eliminator Sergeant can get, which lets them shoot and move, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
reactive move, rather. Yeah, shoot and move. So that's pretty interesting. So is that something that's going to be specific to the kill team, or is that something that they're going to be able to use in the squad in 40K?
We don't know.
Plas-
Nobody knows.
a plasma gunner. Plasma in a scout squad is a nice bit of firepower. We all know how good plasma is. Freaking love plasma in 40K. They've got the trap.
Until I go to roll or use the high output part, and then everything explodes.
You know, I'm one of those people. I always overcharge. I'm like, if they're gonna die, we're gonna do it in style. Always
Nice.
overcharge, unless it just doesn't make sense. Like I'm shooting at a one wound model, and it doesn't make sense to use a two wound shot.
Yeah.
We have the Trap Master with the Phobos mine here, which if you take the incursors, that mine does some pretty good damage. So we'll see what that does in the Scout Squad. Maybe it'll be the same. We've got the Rune Priest Skjald, and I think that I remember Ospec saying that the Skjald is like a junior Rune Priest or a Rune Priest in training. So I'm
Junior.
wondering how that's going to translate in terms of 40K. Like, is
Well,
that
isn't that a Justicar? Isn't the Justicar a rune priest in training too?
no, that's a Wolf Priest in training or a Chaplain in training.
Chaplain and oh, okay, okay, I got it.
So this is like the librarian equivalent in training.
Makes sense.
And then you've got the hunter with the combat knife and a plasma pistol. We're getting double plasma in this squad, which is nice. And then where the Tau come with the drones, we get the goodest boy. That's such a good boy.
Wolves. I wonder if they're gonna remake the Fenrisian wolves as a selection. And as a kit. If they're gonna give us an updated
I
Fenrisian
wonder.
wolves. They don't have to. I like the other ones.
I actually, and I don't mean any disrespect. I love this sculpt. It's very nice, but I don't think it looks better than the
No.
existing Fenrisian wolf kit. Like
Yeah, I agree.
its snout is kind of shorter, less fierce looking. It's a little more, ears down, kind of subdued. Like I don't hate
Yeah,
it. I still a nice model. I like it, but I don't think it's better than the existing kit.
yeah. I wonder if it's bigger.
It's a Phobos rune priest, which is interesting because, well, we'll see. We'll see. It's a
No, complete that thought. It's too late
well,
now.
no. I was just thinking, like, so basically, right now we don't have any rune priest models. So basically, our librarians get the rune priest keyword, right? And they already
Yeah.
have a Phobos librarian. So is that what it is? Is it just going to be wolf specific? Because already we can take a Phobos librarian and give him the rune priest keyword. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
let's
No,
see.
this is the only room priest you can take. I'm kidding.
Gorilla
That sounds
Monsoon
like something.
voice. Will you stop? I don't know what voice that is. That Frost Eye went a bit crazy with the customization. Those Wolf Scouts are freaking amazing. They are. They are. I can't get
Yeah.
over
They
the.
do look sexy.
Yeah, I definitely would like to paint some of those up. I can't get over the Phobos armor with a classic tactical plasma gun. These are crazy. Oh yeah, it's that classic plasma gun with the shoulder stock and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think and I love the way they cover the backpack with the leather. That's just a
Yeah,
unique feature.
yeah, it's like a little bit of fur and leather. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's Bat Hound. Na, 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 na.
That,
Oh man. So those are some sweet looking miniatures. And I wonder, so like you get hunting wolves with um the head takers. You get the Fenrisian wolf now with the scouts. I wonder, is there going to come a point where you don't take Fenrisian wolves by themselves anymore? You buy them in with other squads? Is that possible?
hush your mouth. I love my little paw dogs.
Oh
My
yeah, no,
little good boys down
no,
the stream, even though they die in one turn, but it doesn't
no,
matter.
I have 20. Well, I think now with the hunting wolves, I have 23 now. So no, I'm not trying to wish
Nice.
it into existence at all.
Yeah. I like my good boys.
Oh
They're
man,
really good in D&D too. It's pretty
in
cheap for the get.
oh, I was just saying in eighth edition, one of the things I used to do, like to do, because everything was aura buffs at the time, right?
Mhm.
And you could put a chaplain or a wolf priest with them at the time,
Mhm.
and have the big, squads of wolves around him, and have like 20 on the left, 20 on the right, and so you're giving 40 wolves if you put the chaplain in the middle of them that all have +1 attack and +1 to
Nope.
wound.
That's crazy. That's something you got to take care of.
Yeah, it used to make Freak so frustrated. He's like, I can kill them, that's not a problem, but I can't stop them from getting to me. And then in eighth edition, if you touch one of his tanks with one wolf, it keeps it from shooting.
Yeah, that's right.
So he used to get so frustrated here. They would just
I bet.
swarm his infantry guys, and then I'd touch his tank or whatever.
Yeah, just one guy touching the tank. I'm like, oops, nope, you
Nope.
can't.
Gr- Grumpy Guy Gaming. Good morning, my brother. I hope you're doing well. It is so good to see you.
Now that is an epic speed painter.
Yes, that is an epic legend I would like to meet someday. Add that to the list of people across the pond I got to meet with,
Same.
Edic Beer, Elston, Grumpy Guy Gaming.
Yeah, me too. If you'll have me.
Gamecraft Dragon says, back in my day, Wolf Scouts were totally different, stats, weapons, everything, than regular
Mhm.
Scouts. I can totally see they're doing these guys like the head takers and have a wolf option for them. Very cool. Yeah, that, like I said, if you get to where you can start buying them in with the Scouts, buying them in with the head takers, will we someday see a day where you don't buy the squads independently? I hope not. Like
I
I
don't
said,
think
I
so.
have
I
way
don't
too
think
many.
so. I think it's too thematic having all these wolves just rush in now that, I don't know. We might get new Thunderwolf cavalry. I mean, that's a possibility.
I'm, I'm, I'm
You've
praying.
sailed that ship.
I am praying for that.
Yeah,
Like
just change the
Thunderwolf
base
Cavalry.
size. You bet.
Oh yeah, Thunderwolf Cavalry are like the number one reason why I chose this army as my number one, first, and favorite army. Um,
My reason was, hey, these things look cool. That's it.
well, yeah, that was the thought process I had with the Thunderwolves, though. looked at the box and he was like, "What's this?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you can buy Space Marines that ride wolves into battle." I'm like, "Say no more. This is the army
Yeah,
I want."
you said too much. You've already told me. I mean, take my money, but
Or as the kids say these days, say less.
yeah, say less. Those young whippersnappers.
I wasn't here when they released the codex. I can't use Wolf Lord Mythos. I'm angry. Oh my gosh. Same. Same. The Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf conversions were my favorite to do. And so I've got mine and I've got his lieutenants that I had for him. I've got just oh man, so many conversions that just and not only my conversions but my Herald, my Canis, they're just regular dudes now. That is why my when I first saw the leaks, I had to do a video called "I love and hate this new codex." Because oh man, I was so frustrated with losing all those Thunderwolf options. But like Rob said, maybe it's because we're about to get some new Thunderwolves.
Maybe.
Maybe they'll come out with Rust at the end of the edition.
Ooh.
Grumpy Guy Gaming, my fellow overnight shift employee. How is your new shift going, by the way, my friend? Night shift treating you okay? I know some people take a while to get used to the night shift life, sleeping schedule and all that stuff.
That's rough.
Bro, I used the custom
That's
Wolf Lord you made me in every list I made. I'm so angry. Brother, I feel that so hard. And also, like, because we don't really have any generic characters at the moment, I mean, I guess the battle leaders and stuff like that, but one of my favorite things to do in every army is to put a character on the table and say, "This is me in this army." And I know that's very main character energy of me, and it is a very very oddly niche complaint, but man, that's one of my favorite things is to customize a character and say, "This is me in this army." New shift is perfect for me. Man, that's the way I always felt. I was a night owl and always liked the night shift.
on the night shift.
Tonight's gonna be a good night. All right. So that is the news for the moment. And man, I have gotten a decent amount of painting done tonight, making me feel like I'm actually making some strides in this army. I'm going to start on some silvers while we chat.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, Lee Jonas Astartes. Lee Jonas Imperialis. So it is. Now that I brought this out, I kind of want to paint it, but I'm not going to yet.
Hey, you only have one though, so you could do that without, starting another 6 years.
No, that's true. And it's going to be part of my diorama for my Nova Open.
That's true. That's true. So really, it would do nothing but benefit you.
The thing is that it's about the size of a Night Titan. It's just a tiny, it looks like a variant to a Night Titan. It's so cute. It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
I got to
let's.
get all the big knights in that size. I don't
That would
know.
be really cool.
Just
Just to collect them.
for giggles. Yeah, if they're the size of a regular one, my wife and I will play. I was like, can we count this as like substitute it as one of the knights
Just
or
play a
something? I don't know.
just play a smaller 40k game, like actual just all
Yeah,
all 40k rules, night versus night game.
yeah, definitely.
Now speaking, you bring up Legion Imperialis. Grumpy here is actually a Legion Imperialis aficionado. Like he
I
did
know
some,
I've seen his work.
yeah,
It's amazing.
He
I love his
does
work.
makes his own custom terrain for Legion Imperialis and everything. In fact, let me pimp him out a little bit, guys. If you join his Patreon, you can get access to all of his custom created 3D files for Legion Imperialis terrain right now.
Grumpy, you should do some painting tutorials for your Patreons too. Exclusive access.
Oh yeah, Grumpy
Because
does.
I am curious about your process, brother. He does a good job and he does it so quickly.
You know, I've seen some of his tutorials and I've learned from some of them. They've been really helpful to me, but also it just must take a lot of self-control for him to slow down enough for the camera to be able to catch it.
I know.
Because when it comes to
He
painting
can
armies, like he and Elston Nation would be like a clash of titans. Um, let's see. Talking about the shift being perfect for Inquisitor, he says I go to bed around 8:30, 9 o'clock a.m. I wake up around 3 to 4, and I don't have to leave my house until 10:30 p.m. Nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Grumpy, on the other hand, says for the last 4 months I only sleep 2 to 3 hours a day, so it isn't hard to go through it. Uh,
Wow.
Gamecraft Dragon says it's funny because I take him anytime I bring my wolves to a game. We're talking about Wolf Lord Mythos again. I bring my wolves to a game and show him off. My fellow players ooh and ah over him. That's awesome. And the orc with the custom base Rob made me. That's so
Oh,
cool.
hey. Yo, yo.
It's great not having to wake up and immediately go to work. Yeah, getting a little U time in is pretty awesome. After the shift, I have a supervisor training for another 7 hours. Oh, well, hopefully that extra supervisor training is setting you up for future success. Uh, Legion Imperialis, we heard you like minis, so we put more minis in your minis.
Yeah.
Legion Imperialis, we heard you like building small things. Let's make them smaller and make them tinier to build. Uh,
They're cute though.
they are.
They're cute just to have in the shelf. You know, I don't even have to do anything with them. They just look cute. I've been, if by any reason they don't do well and they shut down the program, I'm looking for some deep discounts
Talking about the.
because,
Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh no, no, that's fine. You're talking about the what?
Oh, you're mentioning the tutorials. He says that's a great idea, but mentally it's hard to get back to my standard way of painting.
Yep, it is a challenge. Once I get set in my ways, it is tough to break me out. So what I usually do, this is a hard exercise. I take all my reliable paints that I love, and I take down and I put them in the shelves, and I put them away, and then I pick out a whole new different set of colors, and I'm like, oh, I gotta make do. And then I find some amazing combinations that I never knew and explore. But I think that's the hardest thing for me. Just switching up the color palette is tough because I know what works for me and I usually stick to that, but that's not how I grow. I should be good in any paint that I kind of take up. Should be able to work it so it looks pretty cool. Just have to remember the lighting. That's the big part. Uh, and homogeneous colors. I think I'm butchering that.
Oh yeah. Although
Modulus.
although once we learn the some color combinations we really like, especially like in combination with each other, i.e., shading, highlighting, whatnot. Man, it is definitely hard to move away from those combinations.
Yeah, like for the Orc Army, I'm playing with the idea of doing it comic book style. That throws me way off my comfort zone because that's something completely new and it's pretty bold. Because I don't know, orcs to me are like comic book characters anyway.
That's fair.
They're larger than life. I don't know. It's just toying around with that idea. Chat, what do you think? Should I go comic book characters or should I go realistic? Should I go whimsical? I don't know.
I like the comic book look, although friends of the channel will know that I'm a big fan of bright, bright orcs.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Nice. Oh, this is fun. I'm doing the edge highlights. We gotta love edge highlights. Miller, you ain't got nothing on us. Oh, wait, no, that's high life.
Um, you need to look at the build instructions for the Legion Imperialis Macedon. I was going to try. A buddy was building his in front of me, made me cry, and I love building. uh,
Really?
Comic book style orcs reminds me of War Mistress Tanya's orcs. She's so cool.
I'll check
That
that.
is actually who Mr. Fish got got to work with in going over and doing the massive orc battle with Mini Wargaming.
Nice.
Um,
It's so
Talking
cool.
about not being in the you know uh, mentally hard to get back to the standard way of painting. Grumpy says, for me, it isn't a problem about the hobby uh, side. The hobby side, it's life problems that let me up, that don't let up for me to breathe normally. I need to go to my
Yeah.
friend Adam to the UK for some R&R and gaming.
Hell yeah, man.
Some hobby therapy, brother. That definitely sounds like something you need. I am just about out of my lead belcher, but I knew because, got all these space wolves to paint up. I went and stopped by the hobby store today. Got me
Nice.
uh, some more silver paint to, do all these weapons and stuff. But I also picked up
Show.
some more gray seer because it is the primary color for doing those red maw shoulder pads.
Mhm.
I do the gray seer, and then I shade with Space Wolves contrast, super thin down, and then I highlight again with gray seer. Well, and then I usually do just like at the very top, gray seer mixed in with a little bit of bold titanium white. Because bold titanium white is the best.
Mhm.
All right, bros, it's 11 p.m. my time. I got to go. Got to open the
Okay.
store in the morning. Got a Magic the Gathering RCQ tomorrow. Well,
Good
have
luck.
a great day at work, brother. And thank you for stopping in. You enjoyed hanging out, man. If anyone needs files for Legion Imperialis tanks, message me and I will sort it for you. That is super cool. Man, I need to get my 3D printer a going again. I think I messed up the FEP when I changed it out. I think I talked about this last week. Um,
Yeah.
but what's
Wait, again or?
No, 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 same problem.
Okay.
But Nate's Miniatures suggested a system that um, where it's a quick change system for those FEPs, and
Oh,
that seems really nice. Although they list Saturns, but they don't specifically list the Saturn 8 as a compatible source. So I gotta see if I can find someone who might know if it'll work with the Saturn 8K as well. Because that would be so cool to have it just a. What it is that it's uh they the system is set up with pegs, and all of the proprietary sheets that go with it already have the exact spacing um, with the holes punched out. So there's a quick release tab. You open up your vat, you quick release to pull the vat apart. The sheet is already, like I said, pre-spaced out with holes. You slide it onto the tabs, you set the quick release in, and in under 2 minutes you can have changed your FEP, and the tension is already set at the exact tension you need.
you should reach out to the company to see if yours is compatible.
Yeah, and
You send them an email, I'm sure they'll say, they want the business, so they'll say
that's a good idea.
whether it is or not. Yeah.
Mythos, if you have some issues with your FEP, let's talk. I've become a bit of an expert on them. Swapped a couple dozen at this point between my 3 printers. Thank you so much. I will definitely hit you up because, like I said, I could use an expert. It's funny. At this point, I'm like, was it just luck that I got the perfect tension on my first try? Because I'm like, oh man, now I'm really struggling with this one.
No.
Much love to y'all. Now that I'm back down to one job, I'll be able to be around more. Awesome. Well,
Oh,
man, we'll
cool.
have to have you on and catch up sometime. Have some of those chats like we used to.
Who's that?
Gamecraft Dragon.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Man, can you believe some of us who, we all got to know each other through our like live chats and stuff like that in comment section. Man, we've all been friends for a hot minute now. Like it's been a while. Like our little community is like, really we're getting some
Oh, yeah. Just old friends.
we don't have to put the word old.
All right, you're right. Ancient friends. You insist.
Oh man.
Back in my day.
Uh Gamecraft Dragon says, I hope to get to Nova next year and finally hug Rob. That would be cool.
Hey,
I would
might
like to
be a
get
good
there
one
as
then.
well.
You coming to Nova?
I would really like to. I've been saving up some miles, and I've as long as like this year when Nova came up, like it wouldn't have worked anyways because you ended up being sick. But I was working 2 accounts at the time, so I just couldn't get away. There was
Yeah.
no taking any personal time. But I mean, next year should be fine. I don't anticipate 2 years in a row them sticking me with two people's work. You know what? Let me not even
Yeah.
say that. No, knock, 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 knock.
Now you said it to the universe. Oh no.
That was really irresponsibly phrased of me.
Are you superstitious?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. I said nothing. Okay. This is looking good. Let's see if there's any other. Oh yeah. Oh, this paint is hot. uh Yeah, challenges for me is finding the time to sit down and paint. You know, setting aside 8 to 12 hours to paint. It's kind of tough.
Oh yeah, definitely getting the time to paint has been definitely my challenge this week for sure. Because like normally I have a little bit more done by the time we meet up on Friday, but this week I just
All
could
right,
not get to the painting desk.
let me
Well,
tell you, these Citadel brushes, these in particular, these Citadel starter brushes, which
hmm
I got quite a few of. Look what happens. It came right off.
yeah, I've had that happen before. I use them mostly for
Oh,
washes now.
don't worry, I have more starter brushes. There's another one. Hopefully, this one doesn't fall apart too. I think that my cheap brushes are better quality,
And that's why you give
which
them
is
the dirty jobs.
yeah. Oh goodness, that's good. Let's see. What was I gonna do? What am I doing? What am I do? What am I do? Oh yeah, I was doing non-metallic. Well, no, I'm doing metallic metal actually. Dull aluminum for the chain sword. So it does really well for bright scratches. Oh, yeah. Now this color has been on my palette for a week and I'm still using it.
Nice.
It's coming out
Benefits of a
nice.
well-sealed wet palette.
Yeah. No,
Um,
usually it's dry after a while. Actually, that's weird. I paint for such long stretches that the paint's dry on my wet palette.
or get you two here now that Adepticon is here in Milwaukee. I think that's Milwaukee. Uh, get the two of you, me, Commodore, Phoenix, and a few of the others, and show you guys around. That would be cool
That
as
would be
well.
awesome. Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Uh,
Why haven't we done it already?
yeah, Nova would be sweet, and definitely Kami is on my list of people to meet. Kami and Phoenix, and of course the dragon himself. I
All right.
almost got to go up there for their wedding, but
Oh,
um, we were looking at the Patreon funds when it was time to go, and we didn't have quite enough to get me and Freak there. And instead of it being unfair, just picking one of us to go, we decided to put the extra towards their wedding gifts and just have that. Obviously, material things don't make up for not being there, but we thought it was more fair to do that and splurge a little extra on them than just one of us getting to go.
I don't know. I would pick the shortest straw.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. I use a 10 millimeter sponge when I replace my FEP, and I haven't had any problems so far. I've replaced about 20 of them. I should try that. I think I made mine too tight this go around. I only have one Citadel brush left. It's a medium base brush that I use for dry brushing. Very nice. I think the only Citadel one I have left is I have one of the starter brushes that I use for washes. Um, for and that was Neighborhood Inquisitor. Grumpy Guy Gaming says, for detail painting, I use Artist Opus brushes, but for the rest, I use cheap Timu brushes. That's cool. Rob's the same
Yeah.
way. He's got like bulk buy Amazon brushes that break down to about 5 cents per brush.
Yeah, I just have a lot of these starter brushes, so I figured I can use them up. But yeah, I like those cheapo brushes much better, actually. They last longer. Uh, they use on these brushes. I think they use the rare anus hair.
Took me a second to get
It's that
that.
rare. Yeah, it's that rare one. I think it's what they use. Um, if you know, you know.
I mostly use Monument Hobbies and Golden Maples. Similarly, I'm currently using
Golden maple.
Golden Maple and
Yes.
um, uh, these Broken Toad brushes I bought forever ago. And what's funny is I
Mm.
bought them forever ago, and now I don't endorse them as people because like the brushes are. This is one of those dichotomous moments where they're fantastic brushes, terrible people.
Wait, what happened to them?
Well, I don't want to go too into other people's business, but um, you know, one of the guys that used to work there um, was in a Discord I was in, and wasn't treated very well. Uh,
Oh,
and so, anyways, sometimes sometimes people just don't do right when with their employees.
um,
Have to go back to work. Have fun, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming by, Grumpy. It's so good to have you in the chat again.
yeah, brother.
But so yeah, mostly using the golden maple and some of these broken toad brushes. And at the time, I was like, ugh, I'm I'm a terrible painter, and I abuse the heck out of my brushes. I'm just going to ruin the brush. But at some point, I've managed to convince myself to stop worrying about ruining the brush because brushes are meant to be used.
Yep.
I say that, and I still have two Winsor Newtons still in their plastic tubing, but I'm working on it. I'm working with the broken toads now, and eventually I'll get to the Winsor Newtons.
I'm gonna bust out my Windsor Newton right now. I got a nice zero. Hopefully this one doesn't come splayed. So currently I have on my desk on the ready is a Citadel starter brush right now, because that's my cheapo brush. And I have two Raphael 8404s. And one is worn and the other one has a tip, but the tip kind of gets splayed after a while. I don't know. I've had a lot of trouble with these, and the quality control on these aren't as great, but the quality control on Windsor Series 7, which I've had like four or five of them come and split tip on me. I think I'm gonna go Artist Opus next. I'm gonna try them out because they're expensive because their quality control is a little better. So what you get is something that will not splay, because some of them of these larger companies they splay on you, and that is very frustrating, especially when you're doing eyes or something delicate, and that's why you use that brush, and then it just disappoints you. Okay, I'm gonna take the guide hair out. Okay.
Inquisitor says, "Oh, Rob is out here with dime a dozen brushes, and then the absolute top of the line brushes, no in betweens."
No, no. No, that's not true. I have an army painter right here. It's right in between.
And he says, with 12 minutes left before Mrs. Inquisitor wakes up, I finished all the trim on my Scared Occult Terminators. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Hey, I know I just had a work call earlier, and I've got another one that I didn't answer just now, and I need to call them back. So I think 11:20 here is a pretty good stopping point. I hate to end this abruptly, but, I work, so I need to
Yep.
call them back. Um,
Okay.
so sorry, I apologize for cutting you off, brother. But had fun painting as always. And dude, thanks for painting with me. I really got a lot accomplished this week. Normally, I'm
Yeah,
just
man.
controlling the stream, and I'm like, I don't feel like painting and controlling the stream, but I really feel like I got a bunch done tonight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I try to inspire. I endeavor to persevere, and always have fun with you, brother. And I'm not going to see it. Remember, not next week. So you know what I should do? I should release a video next week.
That would be awesome.
Check,
Yeah,
check my channel. The next weekend, I'm going to throw a video up. Let's see how well it does.
that would be
All
awesome.
right.
Yes,
All
sir. I'm
right.
looking forward to watching it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Guys, thank you so
All
much for
right.
joining us this week. If you guys liked tonight's episode, please make sure that you grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. Drop us some comments down below. Feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to his channel, this channel, or any of our friends down in the Friends of Wolfbrother Hobbies down in the link tree below, and we'd love to have you as part of the pack. So subscribe. Until next time, guys.
Stay
Frost.
frosty.